rise and shine, and give y'all the glory. Happy day, party people in the house. I hope you are having an awesome and wonderful day today. And if you are not, start changing that. Start making it a wonderful and awesome day. Because we are responsible for what happens in our lives. We take a responsibility for everything because we are responsible. So today I want to discuss with you something. Now, my name is Noah Fields, and I talk to network marketers who are frustrated network marketers or newbie network marketers. People who are, just getting in and don't quite know how to win at this game. People who are coming in and who, struggling. I am no six-figure earner yet. I am no leaderboard person yet, but I'm on my way there. I call this the Real Housewives and Husbands in Network Marketing because we're married to the game. We are married to the game. We're gonna tackle this and we're gonna learn what it is that we don't know. So, and we're gonna learn it and we're gonna conquer it and we're gonna be the best. We are the future six and seven figure earners in network marketing. Now, today I wanted to talk to you about something that I thought might be interesting. When I was young, I wanted to be a social worker when I grew up. You know why I wanted to be a social worker? I look like my finger's dirty. I wanted to be a social worker because I didn't know any other professions. My mother, when I was young, my mother was a stay-at-home mom. She later on, after we all went to school full time, she later on went back to school, became a nurse, but she was a stay-at-home mom. My father always worked at United Airlines. Now, I was grown when I found out what he was doing. I just know he worked at United Airlines. He wasn't a pilot, but he worked at United Airlines. But when we was little, every time we saw a plane, we were like, "Oh, that's Daddy plane," as if he was a pilot flying the plane, but he wasn't a pilot. But I didn't know any other professions except social work because ever since I was little, my parents used to have foster children. It was 5 of us, and then they would still bring foster children into the home for a period of time, like from the time I was little up until about 10, because the last time we had a foster person, we had a foster brother named Carl who was with us from the time he was born until the time he was 5 years old. And then when somebody adopted him, it became really hard on the family, because he was family. Like everybody else used to come in for a brief period of time, like maybe a month or two. We would have a new foster brother or sister. They was having issues at home, and they would bring them in our home for a little while, and then they would go. But then when we had Carl came when he was born. Like his mom gave him up at birth, and so we got him. Like he came from the hospital to our house. So he didn't know any other family except us. And he was with us from the time he was born till the time he was 5. And then somebody adopted him. And that was really bad on the family. But I remember a social worker used to come to the house and just sit in the house, and talk to us and talk to him mainly. Like she would come and talk to him. And I was thinking, okay, well, when it was time for me to, thinking about a job or a career, it's like, well, I could go to the house and talk to kids. That seemed like that should be fun. I was a kid. I could talk to kids. So that was the only profession I knew. And see, that's what it is now when a lot of other people when you talk to other people who are not into network marketing, they have a job. That's all they know. All they know is to have a job because that's all they have been taught. That's all they've been programmed. Ever since you start school programs you to get a job. That's it. They program you to go to college and to get a job. Those are the two things that they program us to do. So you don't know any better. It's all you know. So when someone talks to you about something else outside of that, a lot of times their signals go up because society has taught them that job is the way you're supposed to go. But what happens with a job is you work on a job. The job isn't really designed to get you rich or get you out of debt. It's designed to put you in debt. It's designed to make you have enough money to go out on your own and create bills, so that you're in an endless cycle. Because if you don't continue on this job, you're going to not be able to pay your bills. So you have to stay in this, this little hamster wheel, because you can't get out. If you get out, you lose your apartment or your home, you lose your car, you lose everything if you stop it, because you don't have any money coming in. You haven't been trained to make any money come in. And what happens is, usually around a certain point in a person's life, they start saying, well, I want more. I want to not be able to stress over bills. I want to be able to make enough money so that I could, be comfortable. I can pay my bills easily. Or some people, I want to make money and don't have to get up and go to work. I hate my job. I don't want to have to get up and go to work every day. And we have the ability to do that. But the programming has programmed us into believing that we can't. So a lot of times when you're prospecting or recruiting and you come across people who they're not programmed to think anything other than a job is the way for them to go, they come at you with, this sounds like a scam. This sounds like a scam or a pyramid scheme. And then if you're not strong in your stance on what it is that you're doing, a lot of times you can sit back and either you get offended by it, which you shouldn't, or you'll be like, oh, if you're really not really strong, you'll start thinking, well, is it a scam? Is it a scheme? I don't know. Is it a pyramid? You know what? It's funny because in all actuality, if it is a pyramid, when you start, you are at the very top of the pyramid. But when you have a job, when you start, you are at the very bottom of a pyramid. So the thing that's more of a pyramid scheme than anything else is when you're programmed to have a job. Because you're never going to make money. You're never going to become successful or rich. Now, unless you're the CEO of the company and you got like options, stuff like that, then yeah, you can make a lot of money in that position. If you like one of the top directors and you have options and stuff like that inside with the company, then you can make money. But everybody else is not. Nobody else is making. Everybody else is working to create wealth for the person who owns that business. And that was why they programmed us into thinking that way. So when you're out prospecting and you hear somebody say to you like, that's a pyramid scheme. Is this a pyramid? That sounds like a scam. Then that person is just not the person for you. Like, that person just shouldn't be your business partner, because that person doesn't have the right mindset that you're looking for. You're looking for people who are looking for you. And this is another thing you have to understand. You're out here trying to see who you can help. That's what you're doing. You're trying to be a service to people. Who do you know that's open for an opportunity that can bring them extra money, part-time or full-time? They can work on it whenever they can. Who do you know is looking to try to bring in passive income, but they're willing to work in order to get it? See, a lot of people think that, oh, well, you come in and I don't have to do any work and I can make money. There's nothing that you can really do that you can have to do anything to make money. Now, I'm not saying that, eventually it should get to the point where you are, but when you're new at this, you have to learn. It's like with everything. When you're new at something, you have to do it and practice it until you become better at it. Once you become good at it, and when I mean good at it, it has to be something really good, where you can do it without thinking about it. And when you can do it and you're being successful at it, that's when you know that you have it. But most people don't get to that point because they come into it and they act like it's a get rich quick scheme. And if they're not rich in 2 months, they're quitting. But there's absolutely nothing you can do to get rich in 2 months unless you hit the lottery. That's the only thing I can think of where you can do something and instantly become super duper rich in 2 months. Now, I'm not saying maybe you got to set your mindset to do something like that. I don't know. I know the mind is powerful and you might can, but the average person's not doing that. Okay, so you have to do some kind of work in order to, and you got to become competent in something in order for it to happen. And usually you at least have to give yourself a year and a half in the business for you to become confident in it. So look for people who are open to learn, open to stick with it, become married to the game. They're not quitters. They stay in it. And the thing is, you have to find something that they can, that they be willing to do. Find people who got the heart to do it. People who are business minded. People who are motivated. People who are, who have a reason for wanting more. People who, want to be able to create passive income. And you can't think that everybody wants to, because everybody don't. Everybody does not want to become successful in life. Everybody does not. I know it's hard to believe when you're a person that wants to become successful, but everybody don't want that. So you got to find the people that's looking for you. You're looking for them while they're looking for you. And you're here to help them. You're here to serve them. You're here to show them the way. Okay? And that's what I'm here to do. So I hope something you learned today you could apply and make useful in your life. All right? You have a blessed and awesome day. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. If you want to get a copy of my PDF, 7 tips on how to prospect on social media without feeling spammy or being rejected or being ignored, you can go to my website at www.mlmrecruitingsecretsrevealed.com and get a free copy today. Okay? Bye-bye.